Inferior status. Is Americans with Disabilities Act equal for disabled adults? Is it equal for special education students? The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, passed by the United States Congress in 1975, is intended, quote, to ensure that all children with disabilities have available to them a free, appropriate public education that emphasizes special education related services designed to meet their unique needs and prepare them for further education, employment, and independent living. Title 20 of the United States Code, Chapter 33. Special education from the student point of view. I was in special education in elementary school and middle school, experienced the consequences of it in high school and beyond. I'm David Potter. I survived special education, not a joke. Inferior status. Is the Americans with Disabilities Act equal for disabled adults? Let's look at Title 42 of the United States Code, Chapter 126. What does the law say? 12101. Findings and purpose. Lowercase a. Findings. The Congress finds that 1. Physical or mental disabilities in no way diminish a person's right to fully participate in all aspects of society, that many people with physical or mental disabilities have been precluded from doing so because of discrimination. Others who have a record of a disability or are regarded as having a disability have also been subjected to discrimination. 2. Historically, society has tended to isolate and segregate individuals with disabilities, and despite some improvements, such forms of discrimination against individuals with disabilities continue to be a serious and pervasive social problem. What needs to change in the law? The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act does segregate and is not an improvement. It is in practice inferior in every way. What does the law say? 3. Discrimination against individuals with disabilities persists in such critical areas as employment, housing, public accommodations, education, transportation, communication, recreation, institutionalization, health services, voting, and access to public services. What needs to change in the law? The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act does discriminate by placing burdens on the disabled and are implemented in a way where it is treated as a burden to the non-disabled. What does the law say? 4. Unlike individuals who have experienced discrimination on the basis of race, color, sex, national origin, religion, or age, individuals who have experienced discrimination on the basis of disability have often had no legal recourse to redress such discrimination. What needs to change in the law? The laws intended to fix them actually perpetuate some, including the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. What does the law say? 5. Individuals with disabilities continually encounter various forms of discrimination, including outright intentional exclusion, the discriminatory effects of architectural, transportation, and communication barriers, overprotective rules and policies, failure to make modifications to existing facilities and practices, exclusionary qualification standards and criteria, segregation, and relegation to lesser services, programs, activities, benefits, jobs, or other opportunities. What needs to change in the law? Overprotective rules and policies are present in the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, which treats a disability as a problem and treats the barriers as solutions. What does the law say? 6. Census data, national polls, and other studies have documented that people with disabilities, as a group, occupy an inferior status in our society and are severely disadvantaged socially, vocationally, economically, and educationally. What needs to change in the law? Socially, many parts of society are in practice discrimination. Vocationally, sub-minimum wage is discrimination. Economically, with its income and savings limit, SSI is discrimination. Educationally, special education is discrimination. Discrimination against the disabled is the law. What does the law say? 7. The nation's proper goals regarding individuals with disabilities are to ensure equality of opportunity, full participation, independent living, and economic self-sufficiency for such individuals, and what needs to change the law? What equality of opportunity? What full participation? What independent living? What economic self-sufficiency? What does the law say? 8. The continuing existence of unfair and unnecessary discrimination and prejudice denies people with disabilities the opportunity to compete on an equal basis and to pursue those opportunities for which our free societies justifiably famous cost the United States billions of dollars in unnecessary expenses resulting from dependency and non-productivity. What needs to change in the law? Bingo! Discrimination is costly, and it is fault to those who discriminate against the disabled. Of course, they're the ones who blame the disabled for the high costs that they create. What does the law say? Lowercase b. Purpose. It is the purpose of this chapter 1. To provide a clear and comprehensive national mandate for the elimination of discrimination against individuals with disabilities. What needs to change in the law? It may be a national mandate, but it doesn't work if it isn't enforced or not have non-compliance cost more than compliance. What does the law say? 2. Provide clear, strong, consistent, enforceable standards addressing discrimination against individuals with disabilities. 3. To ensure that the federal government plays a central role in enforcing the standards established in this chapter on behalf of individuals with disabilities. And 4. To invoke the sweep of congressional authority, including the power to enforce the 14th Amendment and to regulate commerce in order to address the major areas of discrimination faced day to day by people with disabilities. That needs to change in the law. Enforce it against those who discriminate against the disabled. Stop treating disability as a problem. Make non-compliance cost more than compliance. Actually enforce criminal laws against those who commit crimes against the disabled, including law enforcement. The disabled are unjustly punished for non-criminal behavior because of their disability. Disability is not a crime.
Is it equal for special education students? Is the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act working as intended? Is it preparing disabled students for further education, employment, and independent living? Visit the website at notajoke.net. I'm David Powder. I survived special education, not a joke.